We've asked to interview Carlee a second time, but have not been granted that request. As you can see, there are many questions left to be answered, but only Carlee can provide those answers. What we can say is that we've been unable to verify most of Carlee's initial statement made to investigators, and we have no reason to believe that there is a threat to the public safety related to this particular case. Thank you very much.
Y'all really thought it was a baby out there on the side of the highway. Y'all believed that story even though it was falling apart day by day by day. Y'all dug y'all heels in and believed that foolishness. What it look like, TV?
I am back! What it do, baby?
YouTube's own Varnell Hill.
Did ya miss me?
And on this one, you know what we talking about. We talking about what everybody's talking about right now. Carlee Russell. She has divided the country pretty much for the past 6 days amongst people that believe totally from the beginning and us that was a little bit skeptical that needed a whole lot more information because things wasn't adding up. And because we didn't immediately want to jump on board, a lot of people got labeled as a lot of things that was totally unnecessary. But anyway, it came out that we were right to be skeptical because she was lying the whole time. So let's go over to the press conference. Let's see exactly what the police has to say and how they nicely word this and throw some thinly veiled threats at Carlee and her family to basically, you got some answering to do. Let's slide over to the press conference and let's see exactly what's going on.
Microphone over to Hoover Police Chief Nick Dursis. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor.
Now, before the police chief even say a word, you know my man is feeling good today when he pulled out the Barney purple suit with the sky blue shirt. He's feeling good today. If I was Carlee, I would be a little apprehensive because my man is really swagged out at the press conference to let everybody know that you was lying.
Thank everyone for being here today. Besides me stands the team who played a significant role in this investigation. I want to thank our department, members of surrounding local law enforcement agencies, the FBI, Secret Service, United States Marshals, and ALEA for their assistance in this case. We said from the...
That right there was just letting you know that we pulled out all stops to try to help you. I want everybody to peep what's going on. That was the we spared no expense in trying to find you behind. That's what that was. That's why he listed the whole alphabet crew that was working on this case, to let you know they invested in you.
Of July 13th, our focus would be the safe return of Carlee Russell. That occurred on Saturday, July 15th, approximately 49 hours after she called 911 and disappeared. From that point, our focus has been to determine Carlee's whereabouts during that time and what exactly took place. Let me say up front, this investigation is not over. We're still working this case, and we work in this case until we uncover every piece of evidence that helps us account for the 49 hours that Carlee Russell was missing.
Now that right there wasn't to the perpetrators because it is no perpetrators, and they know it's no perpetrators. That was him talking directly to Carlee and directly to Carlee's family, letting them know that it's going to be repercussions for this, and we're going to find out what happened every minute of that 49 hours that you was gone. That was a nice way of letting them know that.
Through the public interest, and in some cases, public fear that this story has generated, we owe it to our citizens to tell them the facts that we have uncovered. So I will give you the facts that we know today. On July 13th, at approximately 8:20 p.m., Carlee left work from a business at the Summit. Surveillance video from her place of employment shows Carlee concealed a dark-colored bathrobe, a roll of toilet paper.
Carlee stole.
And other items belonging to the business prior to her departure. She ordered food from Taziki's at the Colonnade and traveled there. She then traveled to Target on 280, where she purchased some granola bars and Cheez-Its. From there,
that's new information that just came out in the past 2 days, that she stopped at the Target First, it was initially believed that she had went to the restaurant, picked up the food, and then went right to the highway. No, she went to Target and brought snacks.
Remained in the parking lot at that shopping center until 9:21 p.m. when she drove to I-459. Carlee communicated on her cell phone with individuals known to her while on her path of travel up to the point of calling 911 at 9:34 p.m. And at this time, we will play the 911 call in its entirety.
We ain't need to hear the 911 call, y'all. It wasn't exciting.
Traffic camera footage was obtained which depicted this portion of the incident, and that footage was analyzed as part of the investigation in conjunction with the 911 call and cell phone data to accurately determine the time frame. Carlee's 911 remains the only report of a child on the interstate, despite numerous vehicles passing through the area at that time.
And he failed to mention that on that video, the video surveillance footage, it was no baby on the highway when she rode by. They got clear her car, her pulling over to the side, no baby.
No one has called to report that a child is missing, and the Hoover Police Department did not locate any evidence of a small child walking down the interstate. Data from Carlee's phone, including her Life 360 app, shows that she traveled approximately 600 yards in her vehicle while she was on the phone with 911, stating that she was following a child. 600 yards, that is 6 football fields straight, 600 yards. The Hoover 911 Center received a second call from Carlee's mother, stating that a relative was on the phone with her when they heard Carlee scream, and then they had an open phone line. Hoover police officers arrived on the scene within 5 minutes of being dispatched, and several other officers arrived shortly. They located Carlee's wig and cell phone in the grass near the vehicle. Her purse was located in the front seat of her vehicle with her Apple Watch in the purse. The food she ordered for Tzatziki's was also in the car. The items she purchased from Target, as well as the items taken from her place of employment, were not in the vehicle, nor were they located anywhere around
the stuff that she needed for her hotel stay, she took with her. That's a nice way of saying that. The stuff that she needed for her little trip, her excursion, her supplies, she didn't leave the supplies behind.
Hoover police deployed all available assets from the point in the search for Carlee. Additional resources were called in to include our own drone unit, crime scene investigators. Numerous detectives responded to the scene. Throughout the day Friday, officers from surrounding local and federal agencies assisted Hoover police in the search for Carlee.
More listing off how much money we invested into finding you.
Thorough line search for evidence. K-9 teams from the Jefferson County Sheriff's Department responded to check for any sign of Carlee, the child that she claimed to see, and anything else that could be considered evidence in this case. Those searches all turned up empty.
She wasted all of our time.
Recognized by her family, friends began looking everywhere that they could to find any trace. These searches took place throughout the day Friday and again on Saturday, yielding nothing. At 10:44 p.m. on July 15th, the Hoover 911 Center receives a call from Carlee's residence stating that she returned home on foot. In subsequent investigations, detectives obtained surveillance footage of Carlee walking down the sidewalk alone prior to arrival at her residence. She was conscious and speaking with paramedics when she was transported to UAB. Detectives were able to obtain a brief statement from her prior to being treated and released. During the statement, she told detectives that while traveling down the interstate, she saw a baby walking down the...
Now listen to this crazy behind story. Who believe this?
...the road and called 911. She stated when she got out of her vehicle to check on the child, a man came out of the trees and mumbled that he was checking on the baby. She claimed that the man then picked her up and she screamed. She stated he then made her go over a fence. She claims he then forced her into a car, and the next thing she remembers is being in the trailer of an 18-wheeler. She stated that the male was with a female. However, she never saw the female, only hearing her voice. She also told detectives she could hear a baby crying. She told detectives the male had orange hair with a big bald spot on the back. She said she was able to escape the 18-wheeler and fled on foot, only to be captured again and then was put in a car. She claimed she was then blindfolded but was not tied up because the captor said they did not want to leave impressions on her wrists. She said that
So they kidnapped her, but they ain't want to leave no marks on her.
took her into a house and made her get undressed. She believes they took pictures of her, but she does not remember them having any physical or sexual contact.
Had to make yourself a super
And
victim.
was fed cheese crackers by the female.
You're gonna lie, you might as well
The
lie.
woman also played with her hair, but could not remember anything else. At some point, she was put back in a vehicle she claims was able to escape while it was in the West Hoover area. She told detectives she ran through lots of woods until she came out near her residence. During this interview, detectives noted that Carlee had a small injury to her lip, and she claimed that her head was hurting. She also had a tear in her shirt. Detectives also noted that she had $107 cash in her right sock. Out of respect for Carlee and her family, detectives did not press for additional information in this interview and made plans to speak with her in detail.
No, they smelt the BS a mile away, and they said, let's just fall back. It's about to unravel in front of our faces. They knew she was lying, and it wasn't the right time right after she showed up to put the full court press on her. But they fell back because it was blatantly obvious that she was lying.
After giving her time to rest, detectives continue analyzing data from Carlee's cell phone that was left behind at the scene. We enlisted the help of the United States Secret Service in conducting this analysis. Part of what data includes several internet searches in the days leading up to their disappearance that I think are very relevant to this case.
Uh-oh, what was she searching?
11th at 7:30 a.m., the term, "Do you have to pay for an Amber Alert?" was searched. July 13th at 1:03 a.m., the day of her disappearance, the term, "How to take money from a register without being caught," was searched.
Thief.
On July 13th at 2:13 a.m., the day of her disappearance, the term Birmingham bus station was searched. On July 13th, 2:35 a.m., a search for a one-way bus ticket from Birmingham to Nashville was conducted with a departure date of July 13th. On July 13th at 12:10 p.m., a search for the movie Taken, a film about abduction, was conducted. There were two searches related to Amber Alerts on a computer at Carlee's place of employment, including one regarding the maximum age of an Amber Alert.
Grown behind, I thought they was gonna put out an Amber Alert.
To shed some light on her mindset, but out of respect for her privacy, we will not be releasing the content of those searches at this time. We've asked to interview Carlee a second time, but have not been granted that request. As you can see, there are many questions left to be answered, but only Carlee can provide those answers. What we can say is that we've been unable to verify most of Carlee's initial statement made to investigators, and we have no reason to believe that there is a threat to the public safety related to this particular case. Thank you very much.
In other words, Carlee was lying and wasted all y'all time and our time, scared the whole community, and it's all a hoax. And we're going to get to the bottom of where she was at and what she was doing for them 49 hours, but we haven't been granted access, and we've been trying to be nice about it. That's basically code word for what went on just now. She lied. She lied to all of y'all. She lied. We're going to have to let it be known that she lied. So the younger generation don't try to pull this. You wasted a lot of funding. You wasted people's weekend. But y'all see how I feel about it. I have no mercy for her, man. This was a stupid stunt. It cost the taxpayers money. It cost the taxpayers time. It scared a lot of people. It had a lot of people out here really worried about this random baby that y'all thought was out there. But y'all tell me how y'all feel about it in the comment section. If you'd have made it to this point in the video, you are my MVP. And I'm out of here.